What's going on? Y'all know what it is. We back. Motor City Sports Talk, we in the building. And some more reports surfaced that a lot of players don't like the culture and the rules that Matt Patricia has brought to the Detroit Lions. He's brought that Patriot mentality and Patriot mindset. And I think that's a huge mistake. And 97 won the ticket was talked about it yesterday. And I think it was Michael Lombardi or somebody from the NFL Network was saying that they heard that Patricia, really is losing the locker room. Players feel drained and wore down from a tough training camp. And, he's trying to adopt what Bill Belichick does with New England. But you can't come in here with that type of mindset to any locker room, all right? You come into a team that was 9-7, who had a coach that's as cool as the other side of the pillow and as cool as a cucumber, and Jim Caldwell, you just can't come in doing that. You can't come in not listening to your veterans. You can't come in, I don't care what y'all say, you dudes was 9-7. I went to the Super Bowl last year as a defensive coordinator. We gonna do it this way or not my way at all. See, that shit don't work in today's sports. The only reason it work with New England because they had success for so long and Bill Belichick is a genius, all right? And the minute New England started losing, and Tom Brady go away or Bill Belichick lose a step mentally or whatever happened, and NFL evolved, you will see that thing start to blow up. And Matt Patricia should have came in here with an open mind, listening to veterans, be a more flexible coach, not try to be a Billy Badass, not try to be tough Tony, not trying to be none of that. He should have came in here and listened. His first mistake was retaining Jim Bob Cooter, but that's a totally different conversation for another day, all right? But, now the backlash coming. Now, those reports that some of the writers was hearing earlier in the season, which they was writing about it, and we were saying it was horse shit, now it's starting to resurface with the mainstream media, and now it's going to get ugly for him. This Sunday is critical, It's just time to patch up some of the bleed, and they can beat San Francisco. And I'll do the prediction video later tonight and probably release it, Thursday, all right? At least I think it's Wednesday today. I'm tired. But, let's see. Let's see if he can make that adjustment. Let's see if he can get better as a coach week to week. Let's see if he if he can make certain things happen. But, I'm not surprised, though. I think other Patriot coaches that got peeled off the tree, like Eric Mangini went to the Jets, he tried to do that Bill Belichick crap, and it didn't work for him. And, like I said, it's only ugly, man, for him and Bob Quinn. Just for the simple fact he cut a coach who was one of the most successful coaches in Detroit Lions' recent history, and Jim Caldwell, which a lot of people like Jim Caldwell, but he wanted his guy. And they don't like his guy know what he's doing. Defensively wise, offensive wise, he kept Jim Bob Cooter. That's why I knew he ain't know shit about shit. I'm just going to keep it real. I didn't want Matt Patricia. Go back and look at my videos. I wanted to see an offensive coach come here, and you just retain Terrell Austin or make Terrell Austin the head coach. I didn't want fucking Matt Patricia, and let's keep it real. But I gave him a chance. I was open-minded. I defended him against the accusations that happened 20 years ago. I said that's horse shit. It was dropped. Whoa. But, it's getting ugly for him. Already in week 1, you lose to the Jets 48-17. You retain, a terrible coordinator in Jim Bob Cooter. We all knew he sucked. And I said it all offseason. That's the problem, the offensive side. The defense, yeah, they got some deficiencies, but the offensive side of the ball, anytime you got an offensive coordinator who can't figure out how to run the ball north and south, don't know how to use Golden Tate, don't know how to use Galladay and Marvin Jones and all this other stuff. I said, that's the problem. And he retained him. That was strike one for me. That was kind of like the prequel. And I was like, I'm still giving him a good chance. I'm still supporting him, but that's a bad move. And if you think about it, and I put it to this, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I put it to him like this. I say, if Joe Lombardi was a shitty offensive coordinator, what does that make Jim Bob Cooter? Because Jim Bob Cooter was under Joe Lombardi. This offensive coordinator we have from the Saints. Jim Bob Cooter was under him. So you telling me the backup was better than the starter? No. Because Jim Bob Cooter would have been the offensive coordinator off rip. So you put a worse offensive coordinator in there than Joe Lombardi, and I don't care what nobody say. If he was behind Joe Lombardi, Jim Bob Cooter sucked. And he like I say, man, it's a joke. It's a joke. And our players complaining. And I'm going to say this, man, and most people might not like this, but don't be surprised if Glover Quinn retired halfway through the season, because he wasn't thinking about coming back. He wanted to spend time with his family. I don't know how impressed he is to get money and how his contract wired if he do retire. I'm pretty sure he's been playing long enough to get that pension. But I don't think, Glover Quinn going to go through another tough season. Anytime somebody almost retired, and that's why they traded Tracy Walker, 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door. He trying to tell Patricia, this is what you need to do, because he one of the leaders in the locker room, and he ain't listening, and this shit go bad. Don't be surprised if Glover Quinn, retires. I think that's a possibility. And Jim Bob Cooter getting fired in the middle of the season is a couple weeks is a high possibility. You know what I'm saying? So just a couple of nuggets to look at. I know we kind of went south in this video, but like I say, man, the training camp wore the guys down, but they just don't look organized. They was cheap in the off season. Now the players are mad. No expectations, man. But like I say, man, I'm going to do a prediction video. I think they can beat the 49ers. They got some issues across the offensive line. They can't run the ball, at least not against Minnesota. And, Goodwin, he day-to-day with a hamstring injury. And, like I say, man, it ain't looking good for Matt Patricia. And if, and I think hopefully if it falls all apart, it falls apart miserably in year one. And, Martha Ford just hopefully has the wherewithal to fire up all of them, clean house, and just start over. If you got to trade Stafford and trade who you want to trade, you want to start from the bare bottom, you do it that way. But then don't let Bob Quinn be part of the rebuild and get somebody that actually has some experience, has won something in the NFL. But I don't know how you feel. Motor City Sports Talk, y'all know what it is. We gone.